Uh, we're definitely live.
Uh,
Okay.
Uh, we're definitely live.
hey everybody, how are you doing? We're back with another episode. As you can see, our production kind of increased. We have a intro now. We have a frame. It's kind of looking better. I hope you're doing well. I know we are after that Inter game. What a roller coaster that was, right? Uh, 0-1 victory on the last minutes. Rodrigo just still going off on UCL. Camavinga with another goal contribution. That was nice. That's like that was great. I did. There were a few moments there when I thought we were gonna draw or lose even, but we
Yeah.
did end up pulling out a victory. And not to say that wasn't deserved. I think we did deserve that second.
Especially for the
Ancelotti with
second.
the Ancelotti does
Mm.
something to our players during the halftime break. I don't know what, but whenever this
He,
season
he
second
does something.
second half starts, just
Yeah.
intensity of the game just increases from our side. So
It was the same script from the Celta game. Like something happened at halftime, like something good.
I don't know. Maybe he holds the family hostages or something. It's like we don't play
Oh,
See,
nothing
I
yeah.
but
want
shoot.
I want to give credit to Courtois because he saved us. Like I thought that Inter would get 3 points, but it was Courtois for me who was the actual savior, and he with all those saves, he just actually let us win. Otherwise, Inter would have win very easily. It was in their
Yeah.
hand. They were like attacking. They were attacking too much. They were attacking, and the midfield was so close that Modric was not able to create a hole in it and go through it. So our
Yeah.
midfielders were having a very tough time creating that, like making a space in the midfield and go through it.
Mm. Totally.
Indeed.
They were the cosh for the entirety of the first half. Like Courtois had to actually make like four big saves inside his box just in the first half. So that explains.
Big saves. Those were my incredible. I mean, the way he saved us in that game.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean,
Your camera
one of
literally, it's
is
not
it?
visible.
It's not
Yeah.
visible.
Like in the sense. Oh, okay, okay. I think it's because of
Okay.
the disc cam. My bad, my
Okay.
bad, my
Okay.
bad.
Okay. Okay.
Go ahead, go ahead.
So shall we start analyzing the Inter game first?
yeah, let's do
Go
that.
ahead.
Let's do it.
The floor
All
is yours.
right. Okay. So some basic things I think that we all noticed was well, on paper we started with the 4-4-3 4-3-3, I'm sorry. But eventually, even while defending and a lot of times during attack also, I think 70% of the times we actually played 4-4-2 with Benzema and Vinicius being at the helm of things. Did add a certain, I think Carlo went with a certain defensive approach in this game already, like being, I think, the most important club, a group stage match in the UCL.
Yeah,
And I mean, as much as we have like the defense, the attacking part of Carlo's tactics in his 2.0 stint, I think
yeah,
his defensive approach in the game really worked in our favor, and
yeah.
the versatility from him to adapt his tactics, I think that's going to work great for us in the long run. Okay,
Hmm.
there are some observations that I would like to talk about, and I hope you all can give your opinions as well. Firstly, let's talk about how wasteful Inter was.
Yeah.
uh,
They were
there
like
are
insanely wasteful. Mm.
very wasteful. I mean, here are some basic stats that we can just. I mean, look at how bad this is. They had expected goal of 2.41 and they could not score even a goal. Real on the other hand, XG of only 0.96. That's not even one, and we ended up scoring the decisive
Mm-hmm.
goal thanks to Rodrigo, Camavinga,
Um,
and Freddy Valverde.
can I cut in?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
we're talking about how wasteful Inter was, and how Ria said that Courtois was amazing. Yeah, Courtois was great. He didn't make a he didn't step a foot wrong. He was
Hmm.
just great. He was definitely the MVP of the match, and on our subs player rating poll, he got 9.7, which, if I remember correctly, is the third highest rating player on our sub has gotten, and yeah, he just saved that game. We
Mm.
won for sure because of Courtois,
Yeah.
and one thing to note, how I can like how Inter was wasteful and Courtois was great. Courtois didn't really make like a save of the century or something, right? He was usually just
Mm.
positioned well, and most of the times the shots would go towards him rather than, in the corner or something. Like I remember that one moment, Lautaro's header.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lautaro's header went straight towards Courtois, and Courtois had like very little time to react. But just because he was positioned well,
Yeah.
he saved it. What I'm trying to say is, if Lautaro had headed that just a little bit towards left or right, either
Yeah.
Courtois Courtois may have still saved that, but he would have it really, really hard. Like, it's like we won because of combination of both Inter being wasteful and Courtois being good, but mostly like it was because of
Another
Inter being wasteful. Yeah.
Another thing, like another thing I want to stress is because you mentioned Courtois' importance. Like the moment that symbolizes it for me the most is Dzeko actually having like his staple trademark, the header chance, and he pushes it wide just because of Courtois' saves beforehand. I don't think he would have been like 100% in the zone, confident to score. You know, so yeah, like man, he was clutch, absolutely.
and thank God we were clinical. Rodrigo.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, Coming to Rodrigo, I mean, what a great UCL run this kid has been having. I mean, 8 shots on target. He doesn't get a lot of opportunities.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, mostly he's
Very
a
unselfish.
70-minute,
He's
very
very unselfish.
unselfish. Uh, I mean, Carlo obviously had two options during that point. He could have brought in Hazard, but he trusted Rodrigo, and boy, did
Actually, the
Rodrigo
thing.
deliver.
So I like read somewhere, and it was Ancelotti said that he could have brought Hazard in the game in the second half, but the midfield was like they were having a close, tight midfield over there, and the defense was tight. So he wanted to open up from the outside. So that's the reason he brought
That was
Rodrigo.
the that was the entire game plan of Inzaghi.
And
Like
yeah,
Inzaghi wanted to like double up on the wings and like completely shut it off and bring our
Drive
players inside.
further.
That
Yeah.
was the whole game plan. So yeah, Ancelotti, I think chose well with Rodrigo because Hazard won't do the job on the wing.
mm-hmm,
He
You know,
mm-hmm,
I
can't
I
make quick
I think
runs.
I think that's a good thing, because
Mm.
Hazard has to know that he has a state. He knows that he has a status of a superstar in football.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like before he came here, he was probably the top four player in the world, maybe even third because of Neymar
that
having
was that
frequent.
was 4 years ago, 3 years ago,
Yeah,
maybe. Mm.
because of Neymar having like
4 years ago.
injuries, and
Mm.
he knows he has a superstar status, but I like that Carlo has like let him know that just being a
Yeah,
star does not cut it. You have to work like Good thing is
On it.
five games has gone on, and Hazard hasn't received an injury, which is good. But that's not enough. Not having an injury is definitely not enough. He has to know, he has to perform, or Rodrigo will have to start. And
Definitely.
Vinicius definitely
Okay.
starting if his form is gonna keep on.
But
Sinead, your camera's off.
Yeah, I was actually setting up my phone. My
Okay.
bad, my bad.
Okay,
I'm
sure.
back, I'm back.
So
Okay.
like we are already struggling with the like we are struggling to find a decent like a player to have a stability over there, because we always keeps on changing that winger, and that is also sometimes an issue, because in case of Valverde, when he was there, I felt like his active first touch was missing on it. Like we were losing the possession a lot of times, like he was little
Yeah,
slow on the ball.
good point.
Yeah,
Mm.
he was
That's what it was.
just him.
Like,
A lot of players were little slow on the ball, and we were losing possession, and we were not able to gain that. So
it's like, hmm. Go on, go on, go on, go on.
I think that
one sec. Sorry. Um, so we have a comment saying Hazard got a little knock. Really? Did he? Uh,
Did you?
Like, I
okay.
think he means in the sense that, you won't just you get to play if you're fit. You'll have to prove yourself in the games in the sense that I
Yeah,
you
think.
but if
earned it. I mean,
okay,
I
I
that.
think he does have a knock. He's in the squad for Valencia tomorrow, but not sure Hazard will play tomorrow. Is that so? I didn't really read about that. I didn't
I
see that
think
anywhere, but
Hazard will play tomorrow. I think Ancelotti
not
will
if he is
start him.
injured. Like I think we've learned.
He's injured.
Like yeah,
He was like he was actually like going the second half, but because of the strategy Carlos wanted to implement, he was not he did not push him to go over there, and he chose Rodriguez over that. So I think he can play in the second half, maybe, if they won't start with someone else, or maybe he will start the game. You never know. Could be.
Makes sense.
He has
In,
to earn
in,
that. Yeah,
in
sorry.
my opinion, like, for the next game, like, we got plenty of time to like discuss what will happen at the Mestalla. But for me, starting Hazard would have been backfired big time, even if he was actually fit. Because Inter wanted to like completely shut down the wing, make people cut inside. And what do you guys think Hazard does the most? He cuts inside, tries a shot, lays it off to people. And the entire game plan of Inter in the first half was to like close down all the spaces, double up on people, and press relentlessly. Like for the whole 45 minutes, I think they were like going mad. Like, um, and I think that was the cause for the downfall. Like actually, in the second half, like they were completely wasted. Like they didn't have any energy to actually think or even make nice triangles. Like in the second half, I felt. Like, what do you guys think?
That is absolutely true. In fact, both the flanks were very. Talking about Demiral for a second, I mean, he was having a field day on the right flank against David Alaba in the
Oh,
first half.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, even for that matter, I think Barella was attacking the spaces in the middle very
Mm,
beautifully.
mm.
Both these players, I think, had incredible impact, at least for Inter in the first half. They were
Mm.
looking very dangerous, but I think
You
Perisic. What? Are you saying
no,
something?
like on the topics like since you're discussing Darmian and Perisic, like remember, like I don't know if you remember, guys, like in the first episode, like while we were doing the preview, like I told you like how influential DeMarcos was like last Sunday.
Yeah. Hmm.
I thought we all thought like he would start, but he didn't, and that was a clear tactical tweak from Inzaghi, where he knew the pair of DeMarcos and Dumfries, they are more naturally attack minded. They like to bomb forward, like leave spaces and like complement the attack more. And the reason they went for Perisic, who has a higher work rate, who is much more a well all-rounded player, who can actually defend and attack as well, and also Damian, who is known to be very steady, is for actually nullifying our threat on the wings. Go on, go on.
I think Lucas Vasquez did a good job, at least containing Perisic on that side. I
Mm.
think that was also, I think, what Carlo put him there, and maybe not start Rodrigo or Hazard in that position for that matter. I
Mm.
think that was a good idea from Carlos. Also,
Yeah,
just one more thing about Carlo, I think he has a certain bit of way to develop young players that a lot of
yeah,
most coaches, experienced coaches don't like. I think if you remember from his first stint at Real, he
yeah,
developed Hesse and Isco beautifully. I mean, and in even in his second season,
yeah.
James and even Lucas Vazquez first came into the team during Carlo Ancelotti's time in 2015, and he played
Yeah.
very brilliantly on the wings. So I
Mm.
think
Mm.
Rodrigo, Vinicius have a lot to learn and have a greater ceiling under Carlo Ancelotti to develop as
Definitely.
fine wingers.
Yeah, totally, totally. I'll agree with that like 100% because the amount of not only effort, the heart Lucas Vasquez actually, he leaves everything on the field. Like,
Definitely.
that's the whole reason Lucas Vasquez is successful. Like someone who is a jack of all trades but master of none,
Hmm.
in the
Think
sense.
he is better in the right, like in the right back than the winger. Like I think he plays
Yeah,
in the
definitely.
Obviously, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But
no, he's
go on.
better. He's better as a right back, but he definitely like he shouldn't play unless he has to as a right back because our sub was so confident in him and saying like he's such a great right back, and a lot of it was memes of him being a goat and whatever, but I
Mm.
think after a while those memes started to fade away, and a lot of people were saying how good of a right back he was, and I don't think he was a good right back. I think he was a he's
A make do right back. He worked. I mean, when he
he
had to.
like
We had no other option.
yeah, he was a needed right back, not a good right back.
Yeah.
We like I don't know, as a right winger we saw him play less like against Inter, and he really didn't contribute to attack like didn't contribute to attack at all, because when Rodrigo came on the game changed like fully 180. We started attacking. Inter had like less and less chances and had to defend more and more. And as a right back, he he shouldn't play if Carvajal's not injured, or
Yeah.
if Carvajal
But
has to
he's actually a
rest
good
so
backup.
not so he won't get injured. So yeah, that's the
Talking
thing.
talking about Carvajal, there's actually a very interesting stat. He had the most number of touches in the final third for Real Madrid.
I thought he was really good.
Uh, I mean, he did have a lot of.
Militao. Militao did
What?
a great job. He had
Oh,
four
Milita
tackles
was
and
good.
four clearances. Militao, like it was the best game of this season for him. Like out of all the games, this was his best. Like the four tackles, the four clearances. He was like involved in the game a lot more than other defenders.
Yeah,
That
Can
was
you no, can you just refresh us like what were like Carvajal's and Militao's rating like on a like player?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you that in a minute. But like Carvajal was actually like one of the best players on the pitch that game, because uh,
Mm.
Carvajal was rated 7.29 and
Yeah,
Militao was 6.91, and 717 was Alaba, and Nacho
yeah,
602. And why I said the whole defense, and I want to talk about it right now. I think this is a terrible terrible ratings. So first of
yeah.
all, Carvajal only has 0.12 more points than Alaba has, and that's an insult to Carvajal's game, because I personally think Alaba was kind of bad. he didn't really. He
In the
crumbled,
first
I
half,
think, because
definitely.
a lot of attacks he should have stopped that Courtois had to stop. And if you think about it, Carvajal was everywhere in defense, on the left, on the right, in the middle, and he had interceptions on the right, in the middle, on the left. He was doing everyone's job, and Alaba wasn't really doing much. And I saw a post on our sub saying
Yeah,
how good Alaba was because and the clip was showing Alaba just came to Courtois
The new
and
character, the
demanded
new
the
leader.
ball, and the post was saying, "Look how good Alaba is as a center back is because he's asking for the ball." No, no, that's not how being a good center back works. I'm not saying he's a bad center back, but
Yeah, he's an exceptional player. Like
he's
nobody
better.
can question.
He's a better left back, yeah. But
Yeah,
he's not. I'm not saying he's a bad center back per se. But Inter game definitely left a lot more to desire.
much bigger part.
design. Yeah.
And Nacho was. I think Nacho was better than Alaba actually, even though he has such terrible rating. And
Yeah.
Militao for sure better than Alaba. Alaba I think was the last Inter game.
What do you guys
Latest
think?
thing.
What like one question like I needed to
Yeah.
ask you. Like so you saw like a few games of the Alaba Militao combination and Alaba Nacho combination as well.
Yeah.
Um, I know it's too early to call, but like just for the sake of first impressions, like what do you think? Would we need a young, established quality centre back next season?
Definitely.
Yeah, I would say so because I think this season Militao and Alaba duo I think hasn't played twice and
Mhm.
didn't let in a goal, right? I think
Yeah,
that was the stat. But I don't think that's up. That was down to Alaba and Militao
that's
themselves,
fascinating
because
as
this
well.
game, Inter game, I don't remember the last game that in that much detail. But for Inter game, I can speak freely and say that this game was saved by and we kept a clean sheet because of Courtois and Carvajal for sure. Carvajal was everywhere, just stealing balls and intercepting. The ratings towards Carvajal are, I think, really, really unfair. So I think we
I think
definitely need
Courtois is also.
a quality young center back for sure because Nacho's getting old and he's well, we always utilized him when we needed him. Not we didn't really play him in the starting 11 because he wasn't as good as Varane and Ramos, and that doesn't mean he's bad. Not
Yeah.
like almost no other center back is as good as Ramos and Varane, but we still need someone to take their place, and well, Nacho's not the one to do it. Definitely, Alaba, I think. We should play him as a left back, even though I did read that Carlos said he was gonna play Alaba as a center back, and I'm not sure I
Mhm.
like that. And Militao's last season was great, but I think
Mhm.
Militao is really inconsistent. You know, he has his highs are high, but his lows are low. If you
No.
remember, was it last year or one? I think it was one before. Yeah, when Odegaard was on loan at La Real, we lost four
Yeah.
one, and poor Areola got
That was in the Copa del Rey, right?
yeah, yeah. And Areola got blamed for that loss, even though I am
Yeah.
pretty sure in all four goals that was scored against us, if Militao had played correctly, none of those would
Yeah.
have gone in. So I like this is 2 years ago. We can really forget about that, but it proves my point that Militao is kind of inconsistent, really, and we
He's still
definitely.
young. He has a lot of promising traits. Like I'm
Oh
not
yeah,
gonna
for
lie about that.
sure. Yeah, definitely. But he needs to fix his consistency. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the stakes are very
Militao
high.
can definitely be a great, great center back.
Mm. Ria had something to say. Ria. completely zoned out. That's all good.
Just figuring out Militao's last to last matches, like the ones I remember. So I'm just trying to figure out how. But in the last match, I really liked him with all the tackles and clearances. But
Mm.
yeah, before that, I'm having a hard time remembering that. So yeah, but I don't disagree that the defense was okayish. Like it was not so good, but it was not
Yeah.
bad. We like there were few chances which were missed by our defenders, and then Courtois saved them.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
we can this defense can have trouble with teams like Bayern and like Man City whose
For
attacking
sure.
is they attack like
Bayern and any big sides would, you know.
Bayern attacking is like they attack like demons. So the defense
Yeah,
has to.
totally. Like you should actually look at the stats. Like we conceded 14 shots. That's the most since 2013 14 against Juve.
Yeah.
13, 14 shots in the first half is crazy.
How many
Like I
years
don't know
is
how
that?
we
That's a
go.
lot of years. um,
It'll be 10 very soon.
yeah, okay, so let's move on to midfield now. I'm gonna quickly read the midfielders' ratings.
Yeah.
707 for Modric, 681 for Casemiro, and well, deservedly so. Highest from the midfield is 790 for Valverde. And I will quickly summarize summarize my view about this. Casemiro
And then
was
you can.
well. Yeah, he kind of had a okay game, not too bad, not great, not terrible.
Yeah.
Modric was kind of looked a little tired, but he still did his stuff. Although he
Hmm.
was neutralized, if we can say that. And well, Valverde's pace was as usual great. He was everywhere, but one thing to note about Valverde, even though he did make me eat my words, I was saying the whole time how he was good in the midfield and he was helping the defense, but when he was coming to attack, and we know how
Yeah.
Valverde attacks, he just sees a space and then just beelines for the
Runs
goal.
down the
He
field.
just
Yeah.
runs half the field, and I think,
Mm.
I don't know if he was his decision making or it just didn't work this game, but he ruined a few attacking chances we had. Even though he started well, he started running as he does, but then like he either made a wrong pass or didn't make a pass fast enough, and even though he we can forget about all of that because in the end he did make that pass to Camavinga. So all's good for Valverde there. He did make up for every ruined attacking chance. So
We all know how good Valverde is. Like that's not the whole thing. Yeah, go on, Ritwik. You had something to add.
Yeah, about the thing, I was actually going to discuss this in depth a little because I was reading on Sub also. People were
Right.
comparing Valverde to Barella.
Mm.
First things first, Barella is a slightly more technically gifted player than
Interesting.
Valverde. I
agreed,
mean, it's a
agreed.
fact, right? But
Mm.
Valverde more than makes up for it with his physicality and
Yeah, he's
his
a workhorse.
mentality. Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
workhorse. Although, I think the reason for his long passes and all that not being that good in the game or him not attacking those spaces in the middle was, I think, due to a little bit of tactics. Also, I think Real was supposed to slightly play on the defensive and not go all out. But here are some very good stats from the sub also. Uh, one of a very good subscriber, actually not subscriber, I mean a member of community, put out some great stats and I like to read it. Valverde's possessive distance of ball in the final third was maximum for any player on the pitch, be it Real or Inter. In fact,
He's a
for
really good
Real,
ball
he
carrier.
yeah,
Really good.
in the final third. In fact, comparing his stats to Barella, the only
Hmm.
place where Barella excelled over Fede Valverde was in the long passes. Other than that, Valverde has overshadowed Barella in every possible stats, be it more touches in the final third. In fact, Valverde has second most touches in the final third after Carvajal. Uh, be it medium passes, short passes, your distance carried in the final third, or I mean any other metric that you can possibly expect. Barella did have some great long balls, and Fedi did not. But I think criticizing Fedi that he did not attack enough in the midfield in this particular game was one. I mean, you can say that it was due to tactics, and maybe there weren't a lot of spaces that he could just run into. I mean, that's his style,
Yeah,
right?
they were pretty
I
compact.
mean, the defense. I think credit should be given where it's due. Defense was solid. Inter was causing all sort of problems. I mean, it's no wonder that Benzema had an off game. You don't see Benzema having like not having the impact that he does even without scoring goals. I
Mm.
mean, Benzema was
Yeah.
Let's talk
slightly
about
off.
Benzema in a bit, but I wanted to talk about like as much as how much Inter were really solid defensively. The reason why we weren't solid was Casemiro's sloppiness. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's an
Mm-hmm.
characteristic, and usually Casemiro gives out a bare minimum 7.5s on the defensive end of his of his duties. But against Inter, especially in the first half, like I was worried like every single time he had a touch on the ball. Like you know, so I felt like Casemiro had like a very below average game, like by his very high standards.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Y-
it's because of the press. The press was on point from Inter.
the press was
Press was relentless,
press was
relentless.
yeah good, but I think more than blaming it on Casemiro, I think
I
uh,
didn't blame him. No.
yeah, yeah. Sorry, that was kind of came out wrong. But I think the one reason there was one
Mm.
reason why we didn't win it by we didn't score more goals,
Mm.
and that reason is Milan Skriniar. That man played out of his mind that whole
Yeah.
time. People on the sub were right. Were writing for a while actually that we should
Mm.
buy Skriniar, buy Skriniar, buy Skriniar. Why don't we buy Skriniar? And I haven't seen Skriniar play before this actually, uh,
Mm.
or I might have, and I just don't remember. And I was like, why did people just suddenly start wanting to buy Skriniar? And well, there you
Yeah.
go. The man was insane. He basically just nullified Vinicius. Vinicius
Yeah.
couldn't do anything
Totally.
until like later on the game. I guess
I think Skriniar was tired. That's when Vinicius got
Skriniar
his
had
edge.
the whole defense, not
Yeah.
just Vinicius's side. He was on Benzema, on Vasquez, on Vinicius. I think like one thing I can take away from Inter's defense is like Skriniar was everywhere, and the
Mm.
other defenders were just like, okay, you do your thing. I'm just here if you mess up. But Skriniar didn't mess up. I remember one time when he, I guess like around 75 minutes or so. When did
Vinicius
yeah
took over
yeah
him
yeah
with that distance.
Vinicius actually
Yeah,
finally managed to go past him. Uh, um, didn't end up in a goal, but he blocked so many shots on goals. He stopped so many attacks that we started. Skriniar was everywhere. The man was gonna be MVP
Handanovic could
if
have been not there, and Skriniar would
yeah,
have saved a lot of goals
for sure.
himself.
I personally think, had we drawn that game, had we not scored the goal in the 89th minute, I think Skriniar was gonna be the MVP and not Courtois.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah. So
Skriniar is really good, right? How
yeah,
old is he? Is he below 25?
around
22
there,
or
I think. Let
23?
me check.
I think
Uh,
we can check.
yeah, I'm gonna check it
It's
right.
26.
26.
20. Yes.
26.
He's
Like
not that old.
Yeah,
I was reading a couple of
They just
comments on
talked
our
about.
soccer. What was that, right?
defense, our midfielders were not able to create any space to go ahead. They were having a very tough time. Even Modric tried a lot. He had a good energy, but he was not able to do so. Casemiro, I don't know where was he in the game. He was bit off track, and Wolverhampton tried his like. Obviously, he was the one like to be like contributed to the goal. But yeah, our midfielders had a very tough time against playing
Uh,
against them. They were
yeah, yeah. Okay, I think there's not much to be said about the attack. They weren't that good, were they? Well, not the
I
starting
did enjoy
unit.
Brozovic a little bit. I mean, his gameplay
Uh,
was
uh,
nice.
yeah, I meant
Enjoyed
our
seeing
attackers, but
our attacker.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
no, they Skriniar just yeah, he just
pocketed them
neutralized. Yeah,
would be the
pocketed
night
them for
would
sure.
be.
And I think
honest. I
Inter's attack
like
Go on.
was
watching when
so. They were attacking really really well, but if they couldn't find the end product, just looking good is not enough in football. You have to finish your chances, or you'll get punished. And we did punish them by Carlos substitutions. The man didn't guess those substitutions. He knew that those substitutions, and they boy did they deliver, right? 89 minute. I was screaming there. So yeah.
Okay. They're on point. Like Kamavinga for Modric and Rodrigo for
Yeah.
Vasquez was
Modric was tired.
I
just
Vasquez
what they
didn't
know
did.
do anything.
I
So
Go on,
noticed
man.
one.
Go on.
I
Yeah.
noticed one thing that Kamavinga, when Kamavinga came, Rodrigo's game just opened up. He was not playing so well, but when Kamavinga arrived, his game just like had a twist in his game. Like he just opened up. I don't know. I just felt like that before with Modric, he was not so able to make some attacks, but with Kamavinga, he was able to do so.
yeah, I do agree. Last episode I said Kamavinga scored a goal, and that kind of hid away his bad game. This time,
Did not.
this
He
time
was
he did
confident
everything
as
correctly. Everything.
he did not put a foot wrong.
I
Not a
think.
foot wrong.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
but I do feel that he need
The
to
tackle,
improve
the
on the
tackle at the
defense
end.
line.
What was it?
that was the. I
That
mean, yeah,
improve on the
yeah, yeah, yes.
defensive side. His attacking side
Hmm.
is great, but his defensive side still lacks some skill. So he need to improve on
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's actually supposed to be a box to box, so
yeah.
or
He's
a
supposed to
deep
be.
line playmaker of some sort. So yeah, he gotta definitely work on his defensive side. I think it'll come with maturity and age, probably. You know.
I mean,
But
just
let's talk about him. 15 minutes, two goal
yeah,
contributions.
With Rodrigo and Camavinga, I actually wanna segue into our next game. I think if you
Before
guys
that,
are
I'll just like
yep.
to end one thing. There was a beautiful moment when Modric was subbed. Inter fans applauded Modric. How beautiful
Yeah,
was that?
standing
yeah,
Oh
ovation.
yeah, I forgot. I
Yeah.
wanted to talk about it. I actually, when I was watching it, I was like, "Oh, that's gonna be a good thing to talk about on the podcast," and I completely forgot about it right now. That
That's
was just and Modric didn't even have that good of a game. He's
yeah,
just
Yeah.
but
such a
still,
good player that the opposition fans applaud him. One time I can remember that happening was Ronaldo against Juve. But Ronaldo
yeah,
did
yeah,
score that goal against them, so they had to applaud it. Modric was just okay, I guess, and the Inter fans still applauded him, and that just made my respect towards Inter and Inter fans go up by a lot.
yeah,
And I
definitely.
already always liked Inter, and I was so sad when they bought Vidal because
I don't like Inter. Then let me get
Let's
that
not
in.
talk about Vidal
yeah.
because I think
Yeah.
One thing
YouTube
I
will
want
ban
to
us.
talk about Vidal is his face when we scored.
Beautiful.
Oh my God.
Loved it.
It was deja vu. Like he has seen that shit like so many
So
times,
many,
in his
so
life.
many with different
It's
clubs. It's beautiful. It's you can't
it's
make that shit up.
Yeah.
You really
yeah,
can't.
Uh,
totally.
okay,
Totally.
so let's. I want to talk about Rodrigo and Camavinga for our next few games, not just Valencia. I
Yeah.
think.
I don't think Hazard should start over Rodrigo, but boy, I think Ancelotti might just go for the guy on the big paycheck and the burgers, in
I
Hazard.
think
So
I think he'll just decide during the training. But we do have our we do have someone on the comments saying that Hazard is
mm,
received a knock, so he's not gonna play. And he in Carlo Ancelotti's presser. So yeah, thank you for
yeah,
that information. And he also says Vasquez is a good right back in the same sense James Milner is a good right back for Liverpool. I guess
That's fine. I guess that's yeah, that's a fair point.
fair point.
Milner
Yeah,
is a
fair.
great utility
Yep.
utility
like
player,
not
and
excelling in any particular aspect of their duties, but solid all throughout. Like you will get a seven, like most games from both Milla and Vasquez. So yeah.
Yeah. I think uh, what our starting 11 should be personally
Mm,
is
mm.
well Courtois, uh, Miguel. If Carlo wants to start Alaba as a center back, I guess then in that case I'm gonna say
I
Miguel,
think
Alaba,
no, no,
Militao, Carvajal. I yeah.
it might work. Like we need to delve into how Valencia is gonna set up and then decide. Like they are looking like the real deal this season. Are we done with the inter
defense.
game? Are we done
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
Yeah,
inter
we
yeah,
game
can.
yeah, yeah, for
Ria,
sure.
do you have anything to say?
for the inter game, Rio?
Okay.
Okay.
Um, yeah,
Okay, then you can.
Valencia's doing good. They're doing great.
Defensively,
Defensively,
they're doing good.
I mean, offensively, they're not doing bad either. 9 goals in 4 games, is it? And
Yeah, yeah,
two.
yeah.
They've let in only 2 goals, and I want to say, as a Georgian, proudly say that Mamardashvili is their starting goalkeeper, as
Yeah.
he's a 20-year-old goalkeeper. I think he's on a
He's
one
just
year.
20. Oh,
Yeah,
I thought he looked old. Okay,
yeah,
my
he,
bad.
he does look way older. He looks like 27, 28. He's
Mm.
he's on loan for a year, I think, and he started the first game because Silesen and Valencia's second goalkeeper were injured, and he
Yeah.
he just and I think first 3 minutes, like 35 seconds in, one of Valencia's
Mm.
players did a terrible tackle, and a few minutes after VAR review, he was red carded. And the whole game, Valencia was playing 10 men, and that game ended up 1-0 victory. I think that was against Alaves. And
Yeah.
Mamardashvili made a last-minute save. Which was amazing, and it did actually get La Liga's
I
save
think
of the week.
that was
So yeah,
Benton.
I think he's he was decent afterwards as well. So I think
Mm.
he contributes to he has contributed greatly to them just letting in only 2 goals in 4 games, having kept two clean
Yeah.
sheets. But their defense needs to be talked about. After like last game, I don't think Mamardashvili really had much to do.
Yeah.
Their defense is on point. They're defending really well, but
Mm.
have they played? I don't think they have played top
Big
half
teams. Yeah.
team.
I'll tell
Which
you. I'll tell you. Their
yeah.
fixtures so far were pretty much on their level, or maybe some below their level. Like Valencia is
Hmm.
a club with European pedigree and as well as domestic
Well,
pedigree in
not not
Spain.
in not in the last few years though. That needs to be noted.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
have
but
deep quality.
in general, Valencia is a big club.
Yeah,
Like
for
compared to your
sure,
next
for sure. Yeah, yeah.
of Sassuolo.
Right now, they're
Um,
definitely better than Arsenal.
yo, let's not go there. They want to
Scored
rate.
a beautiful goal, guys. Come on.
Yeah, against Burnley away at Turf Moor. A Turf Moor. It's not an easy
I
place to
mean,
go.
the defenders did not jump, but it was a good goal.
So,
Props to Ode, man. Like you know, go ahead. No. One thing. No.
mhm.
Before you begin. Um, since we were on the topic of Valencia haven't exactly faced top opposition. The next three games for them, guess who they play, guys? They play us, and then they play Sevilla, and then they play Bilbao. So
That's nice.
that's their real
Big
test.
test.
I thought you were gonna say
Yeah.
they play Barcelona, and I was gonna say like
That's not such a
yeah,
big
I
test.
thought you were gonna say Real Madrid, Sevilla, and Barcelona. And I was like, first two teams are strong, not the third one.
Not the third one. Okay.
So
Bilbao is a strong team.
yeah,
Like
It is,
if you come,
they did their best. It's what Coleman says. It is what it is. We did our best. We had so many kids and blah, 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 blah.
oh, Barcelona. Oh my God, let's not talk about Barcelona.
they'll beat
They
us
had
and
so many
drop points to
kids.
everyone else. Are you referring to Valencia or Barcelona?
Oh,
Uh,
that's a good one.
okay, so
Nice to see
you
that.
know, Carlos Soler has to be the player to, that's
Oh my
exceeding
God,
expectations, right?
boy,
Carlos Soler,
he is.
Valencia. Carlos Soler, he's a great player. Last time, he did score a hat trick against us.
Yeah, so
I'm still salty about
it's
that.
He missed a
painful.
penalty. Did he
It
miss a
hurts
penalty?
good.
Penalty
Yeah,
hat
yeah,
trick.
a hat trick of penalty.
And
Mm.
one statistic that if I recall correctly, he scored 6 goals last season,
Yeah.
3 of them being
Yeah.
against us, and all 6 of them
Oh my
being
God.
penalties.
Big penalty.
Yeah, but I think
Oh my God.
he already scored a goal or two. That's not a penalty. Let me see that.
He scored one penalty this season, I think, and two
He already
normal.
has three goals, two assists
Two
in
assists.
this
I
league.
mean,
Yeah,
he's
he's
the
doing
most
well.
after Benzema. He has the most goal contributions
I'll
in La
tell you
Liga.
another eye-popping stat. Okay, so out of all the predicted players to line up for both of us tomorrow, Carlos Soler has 2.8 key passes per game. You know who comes second? It's Benzema at 2.3. So
That's
Soler has more key passes than our entire level, and he looks to be something
oh
truly
yeah.
dangerous.
Oh yeah.
We have been missing Tony Cruz. He needs to be there.
Oh yeah,
Well,
like 2 weeks ago, he
for
also
sure.
Carlos Soler scored against us as well. I'm referring to Georgia. So yeah.
Oh,
Let,
did he? Oh,
please beat Soler, Real, please.
okay. Number one.
Yeah, we got destroyed by Spain. Anyways,
Did you see his goal against Alaves? The backheel flick that he scored against Alaves.
yeah,
Did you guys see it?
No,
his
I
goal against
tried
Alaves.
searching for
You
games,
should
but I
you should
could.
watch it. Like one of those pop-in kicks you see in FIFA. It was that good.
I'll look it up.
Yeah,
So,
you should.
what about Valencia's midfield?
Midfield, bro. So midfield is stacked. Like I think we should even mention the defense. Like Gabriel Paulista is sort of a veteran. Like speaking of his experience, I think he's like 30 years old now. He has played in so many leagues at the top level for a while now. So he has a bit of a nous about how to play against the top sides. Also, Omar Alderete is also pretty good. Like I think he's on loan. He actually scored against Osasuna last weekend in the 4-1 win. Obviously, everybody knows about Gaia. I don't think we need to discuss much about Luis
Yeah.
Gaia. He is Valencia's captain and the standout player in the defense. But
He's
another guy I
great
need.
left back.
Sorry, what?
I said he's very good on the left flank, like
Yeah,
defensively, offensively,
Gaia
something.
Gaia is a true silent leader. Like he
Hmm.
sets the example of how Valencia operates. But another guy I need to speak about is Thierry Correa. He is just 22, I guess. He joined Valencia when he in 2019, and he seems to be really dangerous from right back. Correa and Solar's combination is going to cause us so many problems down our left, and
So
Yeah.
much.
And
Korea
How
is
many
the right
backs
back,
back?
right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
He's the right back. Right,
yeah,
He's the
yeah.
right
Okay.
back. Yeah. So he's
that's
up
why
against Vinicius left back.
uh, that's why we have to play Alaba as a left back. Like
Totally.
Gutierrez,
Couldn't agree more.
as good as he is for his age and as promising as he is,
Mm.
he's really lacking in defense for now.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
think
And you know,
intensity of Solar and Korea will they will really make him suffer. And I think we should definitely play Alaba as a left back. And I hope Ancelotti doesn't follow through his statement that he wants to play Alaba as a center back.
Mm-hmm.
Miguel
like,
will start this time.
Mm.
really, do you think, Rega?
Miguel could start like instead of Nacho. I like think
So you think Alaba is going to be still in the back? Hello?
But
No.
your voice is I think
Yeah,
maybe.
Who's?
yeah, yeah. I think
Yeah,
Mine?
something's
yeah.
wrong with your internet
No, no,
connection.
no, no. Sunad, your voice is
Oh,
good.
okay.
It's yes.
Yeah,
I
Jose.
was that I'm hoping
What?
that
Ria's having technical difficulties, people. It
Um,
happens.
can you hear me?
No,
yeah,
now we can.
we can hear
Now,
you
You're
now
now.
we
breaking up
can.
a bit.
I'm saying that I'm hoping to see Miguel instead of Nacho
Uh huh.
because like in the last game, Ancelotti choose like Nacho because of his experience instead of Miguel. So I'm hoping that this time Miguel
Totally.
he could experiment with Miguel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Another thing. Another thing. Ria made a very good point. Like, the reason why Nacho started is not just because of his experience. Um, in my opinion, Miguel Gutierrez is, I think, more talented naturally to play wing back than Nacho
Mm-hmm.
in all aspects.
For sure.
Like even at such a young age. But the one flip side to fielding Migueres against very physical opposition is his physicality. He is still very young, and
Fragile.
his frame is not mature enough to handle physical players yet. So I think that might be.
He's no Furlong Mendy. No, I
Oh,
mean
for
people
He
can
is.
bully.
sure. And
I
speaking of
mean,
Mendy, I just read today that he's gonna be injured for another 3 weeks.
yeah.
So yeah, he
I
Talking
hope
he
they
of,
picked
found
up
out
another
what
injury.
he's
So
going to.
I mean,
Did
talking
they
of
find out?
injuries, we have Bale. We have Bale
oh,
for
Bale,
eight
yeah,
to
two
ten.
Oh,
months. Bale, 2 months, 8 weeks. He's gonna be out. So and the problem is
I'm trying to surprise
we
people.
the next 2 weeks or like next month we have a really tight schedule and
Midweek game,
yeah, a lot of
back to
midweek
back.
games and if last season's something to go on about we are gonna pick up more injuries. I think Cross is gonna come back soon around
Mhm.
like I think he's already
After
training
the international break,
in the
maybe.
facilities and I think like 2 weeks 3 maximum that's what I think he's gonna be
Mm.
back but we're gonna start picking up injuries more and more and even if
Yeah.
like our I accidentally turned on the intro sorry people on the sub were like, "Oh my God, Pintus is here! Look, Pintus!
Mm.
Oh wow! Now we're not gonna get any more injuries."
Yeah.
Sorry to
Bam!
burst
Cut
your
to injuries.
sorry
But
to
fair play,
burst your
fair play to
bubble,
Pintus. He can't fix Gareth Bale.
people on the
Nobody can
sub,
fix Bale.
but yeah, Pintus, even if he's good enough, even if he's good and great, he's not gonna stop injuries. He may like fix the injuries.
He might fix the training regime.
he
Like
may.
how intensely people work out
Yeah,
and stuff.
we're still gonna get
Yeah.
injured, and we should keep an eye out during this tight schedule to older folk like Modric. If Modric gets injured,
Yes.
that's bad, especially if Kroos won't
No,
come back
if I
before.
mean it's fine if Moderate gets in. I mean he shouldn't. I'm not saying he should. It's It's
Yeah, I know. And
Benzema, we should be
yeah,
ready.
that's what I was gonna say
Ben-
right now.
Yes, yeah.
One,
You can leave
You
the chat
need to
with me.
take special care of Benzema.
yeah, if
Take
Benz,
care of him
we
as a
should,
baby doll. Like literally
yeah,
keep him as a
exactly.
baby
Like,
Benzema
doll.
needs to be wrapped in a bubble wrap, you know.
Benzema
Like a
gets
exactly.
Barbie.
injured,
You should treat him
uh,
like Barbie.
Benzema gets injured, we are gonna get relegated. Uh, we
We
like
will just
remember last season. It was like February or something. Benzema got injured for like 5 games. Mariano had to start. He scored
Oh no.
1 goal,
Yeah.
and then
The running
we
merchant,
did not score
the
goals.
sprinting merchant.
And people were joking that Zidane, we will see Zidane substitute himself and stuff. So yeah, we cannot have Benzema
Carlos
get injured.
substituting himself.
But
Yeah, okay.
back to
Back to
Valencia.
Valencia.
Back to
Back to
Valencia. I
Valencia.
think
I was
Jose Bordalas is a
Pepe
good
Bottom.
coach. He's a great coach. And and when I watch Valencia's game, and did start watching their games more and more since Mamardashvili arrived too.
He was really good. Hetafe as well. Remember, he got them to fifth,
Yeah,
like 1 point out of the UCL places.
yeah.
He was.
I started watching Valencia's games since Mamardashvili arrived to take a look at how he plays. And Jose Bordalas makes Valencia play really well. I really like.
Yeah.
I'm not rooting for Valencia. I'm just rooting for the goalkeeper, right? And I was watching, and when I watched their games. And I like the style of play so much that I actually did end up, rooting for Valencia. Those games, I'm like, oh, man, they are good. They're actually playing really
If,
decent.
if you actually like turn back time, rewind the clock, and go back to Hetafe, they were known for being notoriously bad. Notoriously very unnecessarily physical. Cynical. If I'm not wrong, like proper ruthless, cynical stuff. Like how they used to like shithouse through games. Hetafe, and
Yeah.
like he used to have a really bad reputation for being a very defensive anti-football manager. But now you see when he has the tools he has with him at Valencia, like they play free-flowing, accelerating stuff.
I think it's something to do with
Already been 1
Getafe.
hour.
They're never gonna get out of this shithousery phase. So yeah, you're
Yeah.
saying something.
Also,
I'm saying a warning that it's been 1 hour since we have been talking.
I know.
Yeah.
It's all good.
It's fine.
It's all good. We'll continue for a bit more. Another thing, Nodo, if you don't mind, I needed to stress. Their right hand side and where we attack left hand side, while I look at their attacking zones, they attack 40% their most through their right hand side, and we attack the most through our left hand side, which means we are going to be in for a cracker. Regardless of how positive or negative the result is going to be, we are going to see goals.
Yeah, sorry.
We're gonna see goals.
What side are they attacking from? What did you say?
Their
Their
right side.
right.
Their right
Their
side.
right
Their
flank. To our
Which
left
means
flank.
That's not good
Yeah.
for us. If
That's not
Miguel
good.
starts, we're gonna have a problem on the left side, and our center backs not being Ramos and Varane anymore. Oof.
Center backs.
Oof. They can cover.
Another statistic. Another thing. Aerial duel success. Valencia. No, let me tell you about Real Madrid. Okay, in La Liga, it's 45%. For Valencia, it's 54%. You see the difference. There's almost a 10% difference in how
Yeah.
well they deal with aerial balls.
Mm.
So it's going to be interesting. Also,
That's sorry. Aerials. Good thing is Ancelotti doesn't play cross and pray anymore.
Cross it, inshallah.
Yeah, cross and inshallah. Because if they're so good in with aerials, we were gonna suffer if Zidane's play
It was
style
Zidane.
still
Yeah.
here. Yeah. So yeah, Sinead, continue please.
yeah, another thing. So the goals per game, right? Valencia has scored 5 goals from open play in La Liga this season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Real Madrid has conceded 4. So their biggest positive is our biggest drawback. They have
Mm-hmm.
scored 5 from open play, and we have conceded 4 from open play. That's the most type of goals Real Madrid has conceded in La Liga.
Oh,
So it's
oh.
gonna be pretty mad tomorrow.
Yeah, I think.
And
Let's see what
also,
Carlo has in the bag for us. Like his
also,
tactics
also,
would be
also
very.
to add to that open play stat, Real Madrid has scored 8 from open play. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Valencia has conceded just 1 goal from open
One.
play.
Mm-hmm.
One.
Wait, 8 goals from open play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, we have the most goals in La Liga in
wait. Don't
general.
don't we
But
have we have 12, right? Uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So
13, I guess, in total.
13.
13 we have.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry,
13.
13. So one was a penalty, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah,
What about
there
the
were, I think,
rest four?
headers, I think. I believe.
From a corner.
Headers aren't counted in
Oh,
open play, I
headers are
believe.
not counted. Okay, okay. Then that explains it. Yeah, I didn't know about that. Sure.
Also, we scored 3 goals from set pieces as well, and
Mm,
they haven't conceded any goals from set pieces.
uh-huh.
So they are
Yeah.
looking tight,
Yeah,
Valencia.
no, I think Valencia is definitely gonna be a challenge for sure. They
And I mean,
last
it's
season they started out terribly and they destroyed us 4-1. And
Yeah,
we correction, we destroyed
yeah,
ourselves
that
for
was
one.
that was an awful display and
self-destruction.
one of Varane low points that game.
Not well. I think it was the pink jersey. I'll always blame it on the pink jersey.
Pink
Oh,
jersey
that was
curse,
close.
pink jersey
That
curse.
was
Yeah,
It was
close.
the
yeah.
curse.
I've
Can't do
actually,
anything
if you
about it.
noticed, since then, so we lost against City in a pink jersey, and then against Valencia, and we did not
Yeah.
play with that
We
jersey
never
after.
played. We
Yeah,
never
not
played.
once did we play with that jersey again. I think even Real Madrid's board was like, "Oh yeah, fuck this jersey."
Fuck
Oops.
this shit.
That was
Fuck
an
this shit.
institutional decision for sure,
Yeah,
hands
so
down.
I think we should get to the starting 11 now, since I think if you're done, Sunit, if you have anything else to say.
Couple more things I needed to add, like just so that
Mm-hmm.
it might provide a bit more insight to people watching. They have scored 7 goals in their last 2 games alone. They
Yeah,
are
4-3.
already blazing.
Bale is
I mean,
injured.
but
In other
Valencia,
news, Valor is
it
wet.
it was also Suna and Alves, so it's not that bad. It's fine.
but still, a club who is supposed to be in crisis and run by an absolute moron called Peter Lim,
Mm-hmm.
they are doing pretty well for that. And also another interesting step, we are undefeated in our last 22 matches. So fingers crossed, touch wood. I hope
Please
we
make
Are
it
we though?
23.
we I hope we get out of Nestaya unscathed. Um, Also,
Nesta
Valencia were
record
both
has not
winning at
been
full
great.
time. Yeah.
Is
I'm
this
saying record
22,
has
22
not,
matches in La Liga, right?
not La Liga, I think. In
Yeah, I
general,
think
is it
it's
La
it's
In
La
Liga?
La
Liga.
Liga. In
It's
La Liga
in La
alone.
Liga. Yeah,
In La
that
Liga.
that needs to be noted,
Liga.
so like people won't get
That's
confused.
impressive.
Yeah,
That's impressive.
it is for sure. And okay.
Valencia has been winning both at full time and half time
Mm-hmm.
in the last four home matches.
Hmm.
So they have been solid, like both halves. It's going to be
Um.
interesting. Go on, Noto.
So okay, let's get into starting 11.
Mm.
Courtois definitely, and right back Carvajal, and so that's where I think if Carlo Ancelotti's statement is something to go on about, he's gonna start Alaba and Militao again, or Alaba and Nacho. I think he's gonna start Alaba and Nacho. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Because Militao played every game, I think, and Nacho did miss one, if I'm correct. And on the
Yeah.
left side,
And we have a game on
yeah,
Wednesday.
yeah. On the left side, it will be Miguel Gutierrez, but that's what I think will be the lineup. What I hope is
I
Alaba,
would like
Nacho,
Miguel.
Militao, Carvajal. Midfield,
Mhm.
let's go to midfield. Casemiro and Valverde will start again. I think Modric's gonna
Yeah.
rest. To be honest, that's my opinion that Modric will rest, but will he play Isco or
But
Camavinga?
do you think he'll rest Modric for Valencia, especially a place we haven't won in we have won just once in 7 years.
In
Yeah,
seven
That's
years.
yeah.
you know,
Mestalla is cursed for us.
yeah,
It's an absolute
it
curse for
sure
him.
is. But I think, uh, keeping Modric
Maybe he'll be off the bench.
safe is a better option because, as I said, we're gonna have a tight schedule, and we already
Mm.
did play. We did play Inter. So and he was really tired in that game, and I think he's been working hard, and he played every game. If I'm correct, and I personally I think
Mhm.
Carlo will arrest Modric, and I think he should. Maybe he can start Camavinga. See if he's actually successful when starting. We've seen Asensio.
Starting Camavinga.
Yeah, we've seen Asensio. He's basically whenever he gets substituted on, he's great,
Mm.
and well, at least used to be. And whenever he starts, he's just not there. And we can see how Camavinga actually plays against a good team
I
and
think it's
starting.
uphill battle for Kamavinga. Like if he's gonna start a game at the Mestalla, he'll be put on the he'll be just be thrown into the madness,
Yeah,
and he's so young.
but to be honest, that's where they have to prove themselves the most, right?
Of
And
course.
how and in the attack, Benzema, Vinicius, and if Hazard is injured, in that case, I hope Rodrigo will start instead of Lucas Vasquez because Lucas Vasquez's attack is just not good enough, and intensity that Vini and Rodrigo actually offer is great. This season we saw them play together a few times, and they together
Yeah.
they were just great because when Vinicius will just run from the left side and he will scramble the defenders, and whenever Vinicius will pass, they'll be like, "Oh, we can finally rest again," only for Rodrigo to start running from the right side, and well, Benzema is just everywhere, and
Mhm.
and I think they're gonna give the defenders a run for their money, and as much as I'm a fan of Georgi Mamardashvili as a Georgian, I sincerely hope we're gonna put a few past him. No patriotism for me in this
I
case.
think we
Don't
can.
support him on Sunday. Don't.
We can
Go on.
beat them. We can beat them. We can not easily, but we can win. Like with the youngsters, with these
Yeah,
young
for
lads, we can win the game. If they play like they in the best form, we can easily win. And the other lads can have some rest or take some rest. Like Modric can rest for a while, and the young lads could go ahead. And this is how they can take some risk and go ahead with the future matches. Because in case of any injuries, these young lads have to perform. So
Yeah.
this is how we can give them confidence.
And we have to trust those youngsters, right? Because we are rebuilding, and look at what's coming here. Vinicius, Rodrigo, Valverde, Miguel Gutierrez, Eder Militao, like 5 youngsters that we are.
Camavinga.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to Camavinga. That are already like
Keep it in the
starting. Then we have
That's
Camavinga,
not it.
who's gonna play this season a lot, I think. And
Yeah.
well, next season, you know who is coming, and
You know who's
Yeah.
coming. Yeah.
Couple of people coming. Couple of people coming.
maybe even
Even
a
the
certain Norwegian player
the
that
Norwegian.
hasn't played in Real
What
Madrid
you
I am
call
before.
hoping for Haaland.
That
Haaland.
that has
I am
not
hoping for
played
Haaland more than
in
ever.
Real Madrid before. A Norwegian player that hasn't played. Okay.
Different Norwegian player this time.
We're not
Odegaard.
taking back any Norwegian players.
Over Mbappe.
Let's consider Odegaard right now, people. Go.
I'm excited to see Haaland in Real Madrid.
Yeah, for
In
sure.
the white jersey, I think then we can
But
properly
if
call us as the Vikings.
Yeah,
Hardik,
the
We'll
like
actually
Vikings.
have a
Benzema
Lost
brought.
Yeah,
Vikings.
yeah, good point. Good point.
So does
Good point.
anybody else think there's gonna be a different lineup?
I think
Maybe little
Miguel
tweaks.
won't start. I think Carlo
Even
would
I think
start
Miguel.
Nacho.
Miguel
No, I
should
think
start.
Nacho will start over Miguel. Maybe Miguel will come on
Uh
later in
huh.
the game. But also, I think if Hazard is fine, if he's not actually injured, he'll start over Rodrigo.
Yeah.
I think it's the pressure game. Maybe Ancelotti will trust the old guard here.
Only
Maybe.
scored 4 goals in 4 years. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I know, I know. I mean, I don't expect him to score a goal if he starts, but I think Ancelotti would start him over
He's
Rodrigo.
not a
Although I would
goal scorer. He's more of a playmaker. But
playmaker,
for
but yeah,
for us,
five
He's not
assists.
he's
making any
been
play in for Real Madrid.
he's been
Yeah,
just
he's not. Playing.
he's been a
He's been,
Hazard.
he's been, slightly. He's been very bad. Uh,
He's been shit. Okay, let me put that straight.
Okay, let's get over
I
with
hate
that.
to agree.
No solution. to
Angry
that.
upvote there. Angry upvote.
exactly. Hate to agree. I mean, there's so much, but you're true. You don't speak. You don't speak anything wrong.
So,
Goal
anybody
line prediction.
else?
Oh yeah, before that, yeah.
You
Any
know,
changes you?
Ria, what do you think the lineup would be? Like, do you agree with Noto, or do you think it's gonna be?
I just think that Miguel would start. Like
uh-huh.
he might come later, but Miguel can be in the game. For tomorrow.
I think he's either gonna start or not gonna be in the game at all.
Quite possible.
Like against Inter, that's what I think.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, for me, same stuff. Miguel and Rodrigo, I would
Uh-huh.
expect.
yeah,
That's it. That's it.
Rodrigo does deserve it after last game. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Hmm.
totally.
So especially if Hazard's not injured, which I think still it's about who deserves it more, and for however long he's been here, and let's just ignore his injuries. Whatever time he's played here, he hasn't shown that he has to start over even Rodrigo, let alone Vinicius.
Hmm. Indeed.
He hasn't earned that. He hasn't
Yeah.
earned that.
Yeah, not
Bro, do you
that.
know who he'll start for? I'll tell you who he'll start for. He'll start for Burger King FC, bro. That's who he's gonna start for.
I think we can fit for Barcelona. Then we can have a little bit of challenge and fun.
Oof.
Yeah,
I don't know about
he's in a better shape this season. But if he's actually injured, I will be so pissed. I'll be so pissed. Yeah,
I'll officially
you know,
give up on
I
Hazard
think
if he's injured.
there were like a lot of posts on our subs, with them asking, are you ready to give Hazard another chance, or did you give up on him? And as much as I hope that he's gonna turn it around, I have given up. Hope is the only thing that's left, and even that hope is like just this amount.
Yeah, hope is a
yeah,
dangerous thing.
realistically speaking, I'm confident he will never ever reach the level he used to be. But leave that alone. I think he's never gonna reach the level that's required for him to stay at Madrid and have that shirt on.
Also, I need to shout out to my college mate who used to brag to me about Hazard and Bale when we used to have this debates that Hazard impacts the game tenfolds more than Gareth Bale.
No.
Bro, if you're actually hearing, let's get your opinion on Hazard at the moment. What Hazard achieved throughout his career and what Bale achieved.
We can
throughout
keep
his
a different episode for Hazard where we can talk about him. Like, I think
Yeah.
can be never-ending
It's kind of funny and sad at the same time, but it is a fact that we can have an episode dedicated to only
Ria
Hazard,
thoughts.
and even then we're gonna have to have a long episode that's
Yeah.
sad. I think that is genuinely sad.
Mm.
Cut out for a
No.
second.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I think live is stopped. Okay,
Yeah,
we're
it's
back.
no,
We're
it's still going live.
okay. We're back.
I think
Good.
no, no, no,
Uh,
no. One small thing before you wind up. Just let the people know about who have been requesting audio podcasts. Like, how are we gonna do?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
oh yeah. I actually I was messing around with that today, and I did set up everything. You guys are back in live. Yeah, something happened with my internet. Sorry. I did set it up, and I will post it on Reddit, with a link. For the both this episode and the audio episode.
Mhm.
I did post a thumbnail. I did post an announcement with the thumbnail, and that post actually got removed. Even the one we posted like 15 minutes before the live.
Oh no,
That got
it's
removed.
there. No, no, it did not get removed. I think mods pinned it.
Uh,
I could
no,
see it.
I got a notification when we started the live that we can't. It's not allowed. We're not allowed to post posts with pictures for some reason. Well, rules are rules. Agree or not.
It's
And
just the we did the post yesterday for the thumbnail, right?
No, no, no,
We
no,
can
That
no.
discuss this
Uh,
later. Like this is should, yeah,
yeah,
we can
so
yeah,
discuss
like
about this later.
mods directly linked our video on the sub.
yeah, so
It's
like
there.
not like
Yeah.
when I posted the announcement for this live, 15 minutes before we went for it, I got a message from a mod saying we're not allowed to post pictures. So I made another post during the live with just the text and the link. So
Ria, don't worry. We are just mentioning it for the people who wanted
yeah.
this. They wanted to know. Also, one small, tiny footnote before we wind up as well. Noto is going to be on the podcast, and people who want to listen to us on the go, on Spotify, on Apple Podcast, he's going to make sure that before the next episode is out, you guys will be able to
Yeah,
listen to the first two episodes
definitely.
on the go.
I actually
Also,
have it opened here, so and I'm gonna set that up. Yeah, go on, Sonia.
also, one small thing. We have an Instagram page coming up shortly, guys. So we would like your presence over there as well. So we'll be
Ria would
posting.
be handling that. Uh,
Sorry, what?
I said Ria would
Well,
be handling that.
Uh,
yeah, Ria
The
would be
logistics.
the main page admin for Instagram. So we'll be posting the updates on Reddit as well as usual for it. So yeah, that's pretty much about
One
it. Noro.
thing I also wanted to mention is credit where credit's due.
Rahul,
Raul. So you guys have probably
Mhm.
noticed the frame
production
around
quality,
us, and
beautiful
Yeah.
frame.
this is our
Big
gonna
ups to
be
you.
this is gonna be our frame for the La Liga games. You already saw the Champions League frame. Also the intro. That intro is amazing, and our designer Raul made all of that, and I think personally think all of this looks really great. So shout out to him.
Shout out to
We
him.
will have
Great job.
him on podcast someday, right?
Yes,
If
Definitely.
he wants to,
Definitely.
if he
obviously.
wants to. Yeah.
So anything
Two
else
predictions and we are done.
you guys want to add before we go?
Uh, 2-1, I'll
Sounds good.
say, for
Until
Argentina.
until Tuesday, until the next live on Tuesday. And fingers
Yeah.
crossed for tomorrow. Next time is gonna
Yeah,
be tough.
predictions.
Yeah,
Good.
Co-prediction.
Arim, if I'm saying your name correctly, sorry if I butchered it, but yeah, we are gonna start, everything's production quality, topics and everything's gonna get better from here, right? Uh, we're gonna get more experience. We're gonna start putting in more work to everything. We're gonna have more time to set up everything as we're already gonna we're all damn it. We are setting up an Apple podcast, and we're gonna have an audio podcast. Everything people are requesting. We're gonna start working on all of that. Yeah, and so everything, watchability will increase basically. Yeah, thanks a lot for the feedback. So anyways, I to talk to everyone here. We want to thank you for the positive feedback that you guys offered. A lot of constructive criticism. We also saw a lot of people, wishing us good luck, and they said that they were looking forward to it. And we want to thank all of you, and we appreciate the support. We're gonna make everything better for you guys to enjoy it more and more. And if you guys can subscribe and put the bell notifications on, so you're not gonna miss out on the episode, and that would be great. So yeah, no, we're not gonna ask for likes or anything. Subscription is also if you want it, so you won't miss an episode. We just want you guys to enjoy the episode, and whether you like it or dislike it, it's it's up to you. So yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like we really don't care about likes and dislikes uh, uh, excuse me.
No, it's okay. It's
Yeah.
fine. They understand.
So we don't care about likes or dislikes. We just want you guys to enjoy it as much as possible. So yeah, thank you for the
Enjoy as
support
much as
and
we enjoy making
Yeah.
this.
Hala
for you.
Madrid. No, Hala Madrid. Chill.
Hala
Hala
Madrid.
Madrid.